Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Wednesday, the 17th of January. Before we get on and look at the technical analysis, let's just look at the data that's already been released. So, UK data, inflation coming out here 4% versus 3.8, so higher than expected. The green suggests the bullishness that's potentially into the market. So the pricing of the futures and swaps, etc., has changed to show around about 1/4% less cuts this year. So there's already been action taken on that. A bit mixed because the PPI is lower by quite some way, but that's the producers price index. So at one end it is at the earlier stage dropping, but the current situation is higher. Anyway, we've now got some ECB speakers. Lagarde speaking, who's not is speaking, although it's put down at 12:15. Is currently speaking. It's really weird because I was looking through the news this morning, and we've got it's disappeared now. We've got Lagarde somewhere speaking. Oh, there it is. It's likely the ECB will cut rates by the summer, and then not saying that a rate hike in the first half is unlikely. So they can't get their act together. So what's new there? Anyway, there's the morning. So if they don't know what they're doing and they can't agree on anything, we just got to rely on the technicals. So let's do just that. There is data out later, I should have said. Aside of 100 speakers, it seems. There's loads of speakers today. A lot of ECB speakers in particularly. But aside of those, at 1:30 we've got the US retail sales. Now that's quite key. We've got the Canadian data, some Canadian data out at the same time, some PPI from Canada. So there is a bit of data out this morning. Just looking at what else is there. As I say, plenty of speakers right the way through into the evening. Right, let's get on and look at the technicals then. So starting off looking at euro dollar. Yesterday, well, the euro just carried on its journey to the downside there, breaking through, closing below the 50, etc. I'm looking at this. Well, all these speakers may be just upsetting the apple cart a little, and I think we could see a bit of whipsaw going on in terms of what they're doing there. We saw it yesterday evening, actually. Yesterday afternoon, just not really wanting to push on, just up and down like a yo-yo. Anyway, I'm staying clear of the euro and the pound. Actually, I was looking previously at popping into the pound. This inflation data, you can see it's pushed it up at the moment. It's run into its 50. There was very little below the lows before it ran into the 50, which actually hit the daily 50 there. So I steered clear of it in the end. Was looking to jump in on the short side, but it's the higher data, the higher inflation has seen it get a bit of a kicker this morning, which is possibly having a bit of a knock-on effect along with the speakers for the euro as well. So both looking iffy, but bigger picture here, well, it's still above its 50, so we'll leave the pound for now. US dollar yen, well, this is the yen's continuing to weaken against this US dollar. They're still pushing on. The pivot swing triggered yesterday, pushed on, and we've seen it running upwards. Not a lot I can do with this. It's already going well. There is the R2, but there's not a lot of not much of a target between where we are now and the R2. Of course, it could just keep on going for now. There is no other resistance I can see too obviously, as the previous pivot was never hit. Sometimes that ghosts, and we're going to move into it. So last month's pivot possible, but as a point. But for now, it just looks like it's got further continuation to be had. The Aussie dollar, talking of continuation, Aussie dollar selling well. The commodity currency is still taking the hit here, and he's running down. Yesterday just ran. I couldn't get into it, unfortunately. I missed the real entry, which would have been back here somewhere on Monday evening, 10 o'clock. Anyway, it's off, and it's still off, and it's still going. It's already down to its daily S1, S2's possibly on the cards there at the rate it's going. US dollar CAD, looking at the CAD here, still pushing up, just running into its 50 and monthly pivot here. This may provide some resistance where it's sitting, but it has been running up there quite well. Did have quite a correction relatively yesterday morning in the end, but missed that one. But it has since pushed off there. But it's saying that the afternoon, well, if you've got in on the lower time frames, maybe it's a classic retest of the prior highs here. If you'd got back in, well, that was fine for me. Not in that one. I am short on the New Zealand dollar at the moment. I set an order just to, I mean, it is closed below its 50 there. I set an order to close, take a short on the break there. Already down quite a bit on the weekly pivots here. I'm going to have to ignore those because they were so pinched from last week being so consolidated. We've not yet even hit the S1. I'm looking for this to break the S1, S2, and really it's a bigger picture move that I'm looking for here, looking for a swing further down. I've actually set a target down towards the 60 area, 0.6 area even, maybe just below. So that's why I'm sitting on the New Zealand dollar. US dollar Swissy. US dollar Swissy. The Swiss is still softening as well. We've got potential resistance here. The commodity currencies, the the Aussie dollar, and the New Zealand dollar, and the CAD. Well, the CAD may be having a bit of resistance, but the other two have got no support, and they've got better potential in my book at the moment. The Swissy, well, it's still breaking up at the moment. It's drifting. It's a slow one again yesterday. Lots of chop there after the morning session. Came out the morning session and just chopped in the afternoon. Might get some more of the same on the European currencies. Some of the cross pairs, Euro Yen was chopping for a long time yesterday. It started getting a bit of a kicker this morning. It's just come out the time frames here. It's alright. We were putting, someone asked whether you can put, if there was a signal for head and shoulders, etc. Was there anything on Trading View? Well, the answer is yes, and I left it on yesterday. As you can see, well, it's still at this stage running. It's the necklines down the lows here, so it's a bigger picture. It's quite a long way before it gets hit. If it gets hit on that, at the moment though, really just still pushing up. The higher low still running through on the. I was really looking at this lower time frame. It was just not doing much at all yesterday. It's very slow in the morning, just chopping along. We get these sort of periods this morning though. Well, with the mixture of speakers, we're seeing a push up. Nothing there for me at the moment. Other pairs, usual suspects. Euro CAD is actually getting a bit of a move. This, but it's barely anything. I was waiting for the break of these highs yesterday. Never occurred. In fact, I'll stick an alert up in this point here. I'll just put it a bit lower than the actual levels. We'll see if we can get a breakthrough here. We was getting the higher lows, higher highs through here, but it did come off mostly yesterday. But wait and see on the Euro CAD. That's pretty much it for the moment. As I say, personally, I'm a New Zealand dollar short. We'll see what develops with that. Aside of that, is that there is quite a bit of a mismatch and a bit of a waiting game as ever. You don't necessarily have to sit on your hands though, they'll be numb. Right, let's quick look at the indices. Gold. So gold just carried on its route off yesterday. It was looking alright at one stage when I was looking at it first thing, but it's rolled over, rolling back a bit again at the moment. Now, I would have expected more upside on this, but it's not being played as the risk. Can't I say risk currency? It's not really being played at the moment. There is plenty of risk out there, but it seems like for now, last couple of days, lower highs, lower lows, choppy, ugly. Oil. Another one. It's weird. I was listening to the news last night and late last night, and there's a lot of people quite taken by the fact that with the tax on the shipping, that we're not seeing oil prices flying up, and the risk. It's just obviously traders aren't wanting to take part in this. There's other people were expecting. It's not just me that was expecting something of a shove up here. For now though, it's looking soft. Yesterday morning it started. I know before I went out, it started lifting out here. There we go. 10 o'clock. It started kicking up there. Didn't really last too long. Come 2 o'clock, it was back into chop. Anyway, soft oil markets. S&Ps. Just take the big. Let's continue in their little retracement here off that double top. Don't get particularly bearish on these unless it starts breaking the low between the two highs. At the moment, well, maybe just a bit of correction. It's quite ugly what we're seeing there. Lower highs coming through, but I mean, yesterday, what a horrible day. Not at all tradable. I was just looking at the Nasdaq, same time frame, not really doing too much either. The DAX, well, that is looking softer. Seeing a bit of a move like what we're seeing on the euro dollar. Really, it's matching. Lower highs on the lower time frames here. Horrible day yesterday, mostly chop. We've broken out through the Asian session here, maybe more chop to be had. FTSE, same game really, so both looking very soft. Retracements, maybe opportunities on the shorter time frames to do something with. The FTSE, I'm just coming up the time frames here to the 4 hourly, and it really does well. It's probably quite oversold at the moment. There'll of course be a load of buyers coming into this market, but I would recommend you tread carefully. But the better place would be to look at the range. If you really wanted to buy, let it get proper oversold down here into these prior lows. It's a bit early yet. Okay, that's pretty much it for me this morning at the moment. I will be carrying on in my trading room. There's a link at the bottom of the video here. If you want to come and join us, I'll be off. I'll catch you later. Take care. Have a good day. I didn't look at